From Omni Search Labs in Rhode Island, you're listening to Omnipresence. I'm Chris.
And I'm Cheryl. We're your AI guides from the Omni Search Labs virtual digital marketing team.
Join us as we unravel the latest from the OSL blog.
And walk you through the latest news and information on how to optimize your business for AI and search engines.
Okay, let's just jump right into it. There's this feeling out there, especially with business owners here in Rhode Island and southeastern Mass.
Oh, yeah. A real anxiety.
Exactly. A real anxiety that AI is just going to wipe out decades of investment, everything they've put into their websites, into SEO.
And you can't blame them. I mean, for 30 years, the rules were pretty consistent. You build a good website, you create good content, you show up in the search results.
And now it feels like the ground has just completely shifted from under them.
It has. You ask a question and get one single, clean answer, not 10 blue links. So the immediate thought is, why am I investing in search anymore?
I get it. I totally get it. But, we've been navigating these shifts since, 1997. This isn't the end. It's just the next evolution.
So what's the core message then? The one thing people need to hold on to?
It's this. AI is not replacing search engines. It's actually the ultimate power user of search engines.
Okay, a power user. Unpack that for me, because if I'm a business and I'm not showing up in that one clean answer, it sure feels like a replacement.
That is the perfect question. The thing is, the AI isn't some magical black box. It's a hyper-efficient research assistant. And if you divest from SEO now, you're basically taking yourself out of its library. You won't be in the resource pool it uses to build those answers.
So it's not magic, it's a mechanism. What is that technical process happening behind the scenes? What's it actually doing?
It comes down to this concept called the query fan-out.
Query fan-out.
Yeah. So when you ask a conversational question like, where's the best clam chowder in Rhode Island?
Yeah.
The AI doesn't just do one search. It executes this fan-out.
Meaning it sends out a bunch of queries at once.
Exactly. It sends out dozens of little digital search parties all at the same time. And their job is to find, quantify, and sort the best facts from all over the web.
Ah, so it's less like a librarian pointing you to a shelf and more like a team of researchers who go read all the books and then just hand you the summary.
That's a perfect way to put it. And to help visualize this, we use the hub and spoke diagram.
Okay.
So the hub is the AI itself. It's the brain. It gets your query, best restaurants in Rhode Island, and it immediately knows best is subjective.
Right. It needs to turn that subjective word into objective data.
It needs consensus. It needs facts. So it's looking for places that are, open right now, have consistently high ratings, and have endorsements from multiple platforms.
Okay, so if the hub is the brain, where are those search parties going? What are the spokes?
This is where businesses win or lose. The spokes are the sources, and the AI checks 4 main types.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first are the authority spokes. Think of these as professional institutional endorsements.
So like media outlets.
Yep. The AI is scanning Rhode Island Monthly for their Best of Our Eye awards. It's looking at reviews in the Providence Journal. It's checking for nominations from, say, the James Beard Foundation.
I like that. It feels like a return to actual credibility, not just gaming an algorithm.
It really is.
Yeah.
Now, the second category is the consensus spokes. This is where the public voice comes in.
So your Yelp, your TripAdvisor, OpenTable, that sort of thing.
Exactly. But it's doing way more than just counting stars. This is key.
It's reading the comments.
It's reading the text of the reviews. It's looking for context. If you're a seafood joint, does it see people talking about Rhode Island calamari or chowder? Specificity matters.
So a generic great food, 5 stars, doesn't carry as much weight.
Much less. Then there's the third type, the vibe spokes.
The vibe spokes. Okay, what's that?
This is where the AI looks for genuine local chatter. It knows the absolute best spot isn't always the one with the biggest marketing budget.
So it's checking places like Reddit.
Exactly. It's digging into threads on Rhode Island to see what locals are actually recommending. A place like Mike's Kitchen in Cranston that might not be in a big tourist guide.
It's looking for that authentic word-of-mouth feel.
Yes. And finally, number 4, the reality spokes. This is the simple factual check. It pings Google Maps to verify. Are you actually open right now? Is your address correct? Are your hours consistent everywhere?
So it gathers data from all 4, authority, consensus, vibe, and reality, and only then does it synthesize the final answer.
Right. And that brings us to the biggest risk for small and medium businesses. We call it the broken spoke problem.
That sounds bad. Like you can have a great bike, but with the broken spoke, you're not going anywhere.
Perfect analogy. If that AI search party goes out to check your consensus spoke and sees your last review was from 5 years ago, that spoke comes back as Stale. Irrelevant.
Or if it checks the reality spoke and your website hours don't match your Google business profile.
Yes. The AI flags you as unreliable. And here's the crucial point. You're not being ignored by the bot. It sees you. But your data is so inconsistent or out of date that its research process just filters you out.
So you get dropped before the final answer is even billed.
You get dropped. If your technical SEO is bad, if your site is slow, your chance of being found by that query fanout is basically zero.
This is so important, but we've been talking about restaurants. What about, the B2B world, the manufacturers in Woonsocket, the trade businesses in southeastern Mass? The spokes have to be completely different for them.
100%. One size does not fit all. The AI is smart enough to know that trust for a pizza place is completely different from trust for an industrial supplier.
So let's talk about manufacturing. It's a huge part of the New England economy. The AI isn't checking TripAdvisor for them. Where does it look?
The search parties go to completely different places. They check industry directories like ThomasNet. They look for ISO certification databases to verify quality standards.
Okay, so actual verifiable credentials.
Verifiable credentials. And they search industry trade journals like Industry Week for case studies or technical articles.
Yeah.
The whole definition of authority just shifts.
And that exposes a huge pitfall, right? So many businesses use cheap, generic citation management software that treats everyone the same.
It's a massive problem. It treats a precision manufacturer in Fall River like a gift shop in Newport. It builds a presence on a bunch of consumer sites, but it leaves those critical B2B spokes completely broken.
And we should probably add a word of caution there, too.
We should.
You have to ask those services where they're building your citations. We've seen some that automatically create listings on networks like Baidu in China or Yandex in Russia.
And for some industries, especially in defense or high tech, that's a security or an IP risk you really don't want to take. You have to be specific.
Okay, so if the problem is broken or generic spokes, what's the solution? What's the secret weapon here?
The secret weapon, the thing that really separates the businesses AI recommends, is syndication.
Syndication. Let's define that. Because most people are already putting content on their own blogs. Why isn't that enough?
Because to an AI, that's just an echo chamber. It looks like self-promotion. Syndication is about getting third-party validation.
You mean getting published on other sites?
Getting published, getting quoted, co-authoring an article on an authoritative platform in your industry. If you're that manufacturer, don't just put a case study on your own blog. Get it published in Industry Week.
Because when the AI search party sees Industry Week verifying your work, that's a massive trust signal.
It's a massive signal. It proves you're a validated leader, not just a marketer.
Yeah.
That's one of the strongest things you can send back to the hub.
And to create content that's worthy of syndication, it needs a certain structure, a certain quality.
It does, which is why we use a specific framework for writing called EQUATE.
EQUATE. So many people know Google's EEAT. That's EEAT spelled out. How is this different?
It builds on that. EQUATE stands for experience, quality, uniqueness, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, and expertise.
So you've added quality and uniqueness.
We've added quality and uniqueness because in an AI world, your content can't just be correct. It has to be uniquely insightful. It has to stand out. That's what gets prioritized.
That's what gets syndicated.
That's what gets syndicated.
Yeah.
So this all leads to a new, broader strategy. We don't just call it SEO anymore. The solution is search everywhere optimization, or SEVO.
SEVO.
Spelled out. Yes, SEVO. It's the next step. It's about recognizing that your digital footprint is an entire ecosystem. To become the AI's answer, you had to be optimized across every single one of those spokes.
And those spokes include your website being technically sound, having fresh reviews on the right platforms, getting mentions in local press.
Accurate citations, professional photos and video, real social proof.
It's everything. It all has to work together.
It all has to work together. Look, AI isn't magic. It's a mirror. It just reflects the most authoritative and consistent content it can find online. Our job is to make sure that when it looks for an answer, the reflection it sees is you.
Here's the wrapper. The greatest fear that AI makes traditional SEO obsolete is unfounded. Instead, AI uses a query fan-out system, meaning your visibility depends entirely on the technical soundness and third-party validation of your established digital ecosystem.
If you're a business owner challenged with this right now, the key is to immediately audit your industry-specific spokes. If you are a manufacturer in Woonsocket or a trade business in southeastern Massachusetts, check your presence on key certification databases and trade journals, not just consumer review sites. This custom optimization is what boosts your EQ/UATE score.
Head over to omnisearchlabs.com/blog to read the full post.
We'll be back in a few weeks with our next episode. From OmniSearch Labs in Rhode Island, thanks for listening.
Now go optimize something and be discovered.